What is going on, guys? Axis Football 24. Now, if you abandon this game because of how easy the game was, you might want to play again for Axis Football 24. This game is not the easy walk that it once was. Now, you look at my record, you say, well, he's 8-0. It's obviously easy. It's not easy. Every game, the first game of the year, we pretty much won that one, but the rest, all 7 of the next games went down to the wire. All of them went down to the wire. You know, this one even went in overtime. We went overtime in this one. We did not go in overtime in this one, 42-21, but Santa Fe is a created team. For those of you that are looking at some of these teams are created teams. They are actually a bad team in this, but they played us really tough. They're like the worst. They only won one game, you know, in this franchise, but they played it for some reason. They were hammering us, just scoring after score. I mean, it was hard for us to beat them. They gave us 24 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, they were just going at us. And we had a pretty good lead, but all of a sudden they just they were unstoppable, and we didn't know what to do. We scored on the very last play of the game, and they ended up missing their extra point the last time they scored a touchdown, and that's why they lost by 1 point. We scored one more touchdown and hit our extra point, so we didn't have to go in overtime. We beat them like that. All these games are going down to the wire. It's exciting. It's fun. It's crazy to go down to the wire every time. This is on Hall of Fame difficulty, of course. Now, the game, I kind of altered my team to make the game challenging. Now, what am I talking about when I say that? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, if I go to my next game, you can see we're C. Now, your team is rated, I think it could go down to D. I don't think it goes down to F. I think you could be a D. I wanted an average, mediocre team. I did not want a horrible crap team, and I didn't want a super team, so I went with the C's. We have one dominant player on our team. So that's where we're at. So we're actually underdogs in every game we play. Every team is rated better than us, a little bit better, if not a lot better. If teams are not A's and B's, there's like this team has 1 B. They're a B on defense. Everything else is C's. So I did that purposely to kind of give myself more of a challenge in this game. And the Indianapolis Gladiators were a super team in this, but they are no more. You know, not a super team, but they were the other team that was very good. Minnesota was very good at one time. All of a sudden, they're not very good. As you can see, Chicago was our season opener. They are the other top team in this league right now at 7-1 with a plus 62. We already beat them. Now let's take a look at our schedule. You know, we've already beaten them. We have 4 games left, but every game is coming down to the wire. This game is not easy anymore. I recommend playing this game again. Now, I'm going to warn you, the broken tackles and blocking is overpowered in this when you play against your opponent. And those two work hand in hand because obviously you know what I'm going to say next. The running game is extremely hard to stop in this game. Let me see if I can take a look at some of my games. Let's take a look here. As you can see, let's see, rushing yards. Chicago didn't rush for much. Let's see. Right here, look, Cleveland rushed for 300. That's just rushing yards. They rushed for 326. What did they do? What did Cincinnati do against us? They only rushed for 150. They passed. No, look, they only passed for 30. What? This is weird. Oh, okay, I get it. Okay. They rushed for 150 against us. And they passed for 253. So teams are really running the crap out that football against us. Houston didn't really do that well against us, really running or passing, but that one still went down to the wire. But it was just a low-scoring game. That was the difference. Now let's go to this Indianapolis game. They rushed for 243. The running game is very hard to stop because the blocking is so precise in this, and the broken tackles are very overpowered in this. Now, if there's one thing I can say about I accept that because it gives that game a challenge. Some of the broken tackles they're going to seem a little ridiculous at times, but the one that really is kind of obnoxious is when the quarterback breaks tackles. They break a lot of tackles. I'm telling you, you get in for that sack, that quarterback will break that tackle. And then after he breaks that tackle, he'll throw it to a receiver. That kind of annoys me, but it's not nothing too bad because it doesn't happen all the time constantly. But I'm warning you, they break a lot of tackles in this game, the quarterbacks. So when you have a linebacker or somebody that can get to the quarterback consistently, he's going to hit that quarterback, but a lot of times he's not getting that sack. And that may bother you a little bit, but my main point is this game is a challenge now. This game is a challenge. It is not easy. But like I said, you can still make it an easy experience. If I give my guys high attributes, then I'm probably gonna blow my teams out because I'm having down to the wire games with a low rated team. But I appreciate this challenge. If this was any other Access football game, I can have a team with C's and still blow teams out because the AI was just not good. The AI is way better than this. Am I saying the AI is incredible? No, I'm not saying that. But it's way better than it used to be, okay? So I recommend this game to people who want to play a different game, who, if your reason for not playing Access football is because the game is just ridiculously too easy and you just don't want an easy game like that, get the game and get a team with average attributes. Be a C team like I am, and you'll have a pretty exciting experience. You may end up losing some of those games, I'm telling you, because some of these games I came very, very close to losing. This one right here, I was right there. With 7 seconds left, we hit a receiver, and we almost got sacked on that play. And in this one, we were in overtime. We came very close to losing that one. They scored a field goal, and then we got the ball back, and we ended up scoring a touchdown on a close touchdown play. So the game is hard, man. It's not simple. And that makes me play the game more. That makes me enjoy playing it. I highly recommend this game. I believe it's $19.99. Access Football is getting good. Every year they're making very big improvements. Yes, the game has some crazy bugs in it. I will tell you that. There's some weird blocking bugs. Like, I see a bug where my guy is running in circles. The guy that's running in circles, I think it's a running back or somebody who is, maybe he's supposed to block, but there's nobody to block, so he just starts spinning in circles. I'm not sure what's going on, but you're going to see it. And I noticed it after the last patch. I didn't notice it before that. But yes, I'm not over here telling you this game is incredible and it's going to blow you away. It's just the most awesome game you've ever seen. I'm not saying anything like that, okay? I'm telling you that it's $19.99 and it has a challenge to it. It's not just a simple game where you can kind of run the same play all day and just cook your opponent unless your receivers have 99 speed, 99 catch, then you're going to cook everybody in this. If you play like that, I recommend not playing a franchise with guys with maxed out speed at running back and wide receiver because for me personally, I don't like that super easy experience. It bores the crap out of me. You got to bring your running back speed down a little bit. Keep it in the 80s. I wouldn't even go into the 90s. I wouldn't even put 90. I say 82 running back at the most, just to give the game a more honest, more realistic experience. I might give one of my receivers a 90 speed just so that I could have some type of weapon, because I do have a weapon, and we're going to get into that in a minute. Let me show you my guy, okay? My wide receiver, I will admit he's overpowered. He's dominant, but that kind of adds to the fun factor. But you can see how close my games are. This guy, DeHenry Forte, he's dominant, man. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Not only is he dominant receiving, but he's dominant returning the football. Now you might say 14 kick return touchdowns is absolutely ridiculous. It is, but I'm gonna tell you, I believe they patched the game because all of a sudden I noticed the defensive players are kind of like the speed gap is closing in. They're getting to my guy and they're stopping him, but honestly, I was running back way too many, and that was actually a huge part of a lot of our wins was that doggone kick return run back. Punt return, we don't run them back anymore because we don't get them. They punt it out of bounds every time. So but I noticed they only do it when he's at punt return. If I put someone else there, they won't do that. So there's kind of an AI going on there, a very appreciated artificial intelligence that I'm noticing in this game with some of the plays. Yes, there's some AI holes in this game with the CPU. You're gonna notice some. You're gonna see some plays and say, no, that was just not good. But compared to the previous Access football games, I'm seeing a huge leap in artificial intelligence when it comes to the CPU and the play calling, the plays they make. They make very good clutch plays now. They catch balls in tight coverage now. It's not like just because you have a defender close, he can't catch the football. Like before, it almost seemed like they had to be wide open to make any catch. That's not the case anymore. They catch balls in tight coverage, and they drive the football, man. They drive on you. And like I said, when you look at these scores, I can't even stop them from scoring at times. And I appreciate that because it keeps the game very interesting. It makes me want to play the next game. I'm always excited to play my next game because I'm trying to come up with new game plans. Because like I said, I can't really run the football. I have to pass. And my passing game is not that great. But it's good enough to kind of keep us in these games. Now, we're scoring 40-plus points in most of our games because we have a good return game and we have a dominant wide receiver that is kind of like blowing everybody away. Let me look at my league leaders. I do recommend you giving this game a try, okay? I do. I think you should do it. There's my dominant wide receiver. He has 13 touchdowns. He's blowing everybody away by far. I mean, it's not even close. That's in 8 games. So he's not quite averaging 2 touchdowns a game, but he's still dominating, and he's not even getting that many receptions. You got guys with 50 receptions. He only has like 19. How many receptions does he have? Let's see. He has 21 receptions. We got guys with 50 receptions, and he's blowing them away in touchdowns and yards. So he's a dominant player. Now, I do recommend you putting like a very good wide receiver, a very good linebacker. Give yourself somebody that can give yourself at least one weapon. But I recommend not giving yourself a running back that is like a 90-plus speed with a 90-plus broken tackle. Whatever you do, do not do that because I believe your experience is going to be super easy. You'll just run the crap out of the football and probably blow everybody away like that. But like I said, I recommend this game. It's challenging. It's not bad for $19.99. No, I'm not saying this game is incredible and it's going to blow your mind. I'm not saying nothing like that. But I am telling you, the game is worth playing. It's good, especially with the customization options, the way you can create these teams. I'm going to do more videos on that. I did some already, but I'm going to look more into that. Anyway, that's this video. Access Football 24. I think you should get this game. I think you should pick it up.